Just came home from a liquor store, got a perla, you know. I was at the liquor store, I always go. Pied Piper's new owner. There's one guy, one time I was short a couple pennies, like, don't worry about it, something like that. Like, no, I'll pay up or something like that. But, it's like, it's maybe a couple pennies, but this guy, and, I know he did on purpose to aggravate me. He didn't do it just because, a couple pennies here and there. There's a leave a penny, take a penny. People have it, like a penny, or people leave out of a nickel or a dime once. Just like someone doesn't have change so they could use it. But I just saw his face. I was looking around, and then I asked him. I looked, and he just started smiling. He was just like smiling at it. That I was kind of like just like not shy. I was like I get it cost uh something. I was like a couple pennies, but he just it was a smile. It's just like if he wouldn't have smiled, he enjoyed that I got aggravated or like kind of like what the fuck are you doing? I didn't say, but I was just feeling like that. I was like, what's going on? And he just gave him pleasure. Like a couple months ago, actually half a year ago or so, in Brooklyn, New York. This guy called the cops on me. I didn't do anything. He said I was stealing. I stole his ice cream from the store. He just started smiling like he called the cops on me because I was aggravated. I just like, what do you get out of that? I mean, really, like that's a definition of a troll. That's an internet troll. Like all you do is just get people aggravated. That's all you have inside you. Anyway, this is Indian guy. He smiled and I just asked him for the receipt. Like, can I have a receipt? He's like, oh yeah. He didn't give me a receipt. So he just gave me the receipt. I walked out and I'm driving. Pied Piper's in Linden, but if you take the back roads, there's they have tanks. I think it's gasoline. It's either diesel or something like that. It's basically not a refinery, but they store these big gigantic circular white tanks. If anyone watches the opening credits, uh, opening show of Sopranos, and he's driving on the turnpike, and you see it says "Drive safely on the round tank." It's actually on the other side. That's where that was. And I'm driving the back roads, and like half mile in, there's a railroad track, and I drive past those gigantic white circular tanks. And Amaz-non has this warehouse there. One of the warehouses that they distribute. And I'm driving. I'm going like 30, 35 miles an hour, not fast. And like the Amaz-non, van. I'm going on the right lane, obviously. They're going on the left, and he just cut me off. And I hit the brakes, and I mean, I was gonna slam into them. I had time, but I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I just see like a big fat round figure. So I'm driving like, "Oh, I didn't get anywhere." I was like, "Are you fucking crazy?" I mean, everybody talks about those Amaz-non drivers, being horrible on the road. In Elizabeth, I see him do crazy stuff, just back up in a car. See, he wasn't looking, he didn't see it. So I just slowed down. I turn around and I go in the Amaz-non parking lot. I just go there and drive around and I go to the right. I think like a fat female, obese female sitting in a van. Like, would she really just get in that fast and park? I thought it was a guy or something. So I drive past her. I just look at her. She just looks down, and pretend like she's doing something. Maybe she was. She was getting her stuff together. I guess she just, arrived. I was like, it was all the way to the right. I was like, how did she get there that fast? So I drive past her. I'm driving. These other two girls. I look. They didn't want to. They didn't want to. They didn't want to know anything. They were talking. Like they were getting ready to go out. Actually, I think. Because they were just get ready in the van. And and there's a one way and another way. There's cars. So I'm making a right, and another van comes at me like he was on the other side. I mean, get it, Amazon parking lot, but it's like I mean, what if another van came around that you maybe would have seen it was tall, but it's like even in your own parking lot, even in your own neck of the woods, you don't even act appropriately or you don't follow rules or laws. I mean, I didn't even get into that. You just swerve kind of. And I was like, we were driving slow, maybe like, not even that fast. He wasn't even going that fast. He just swerved a little. He just went. And then and then when I was going near the exit, I was like, it's got to be her. So I went to the left where that driver when I said that she couldn't just park that fast, and I just I pulled up and I just rolled the windows like, excuse me, like, did you just like cut me off? You know what could have happened? Or you could have caused an accident. And she was like, oh, you driving? She was like, you driving fast. And then I didn't even say anything. But like, if I was driving fast, I would have slammed into you. That's how an accident would have happened. And then she walked past me in front of my car. I pulled down the other window. I pressed the button, I rolled down the window. I was like, this is how you act. You're not very intelligent. She's like, go fuck yourself. And I was like, what the fuck? No class, no respect. I mean, like, there were some Amazon drives that recording the quick shit. They were just creepy, and maybe they were doing something illegal. Maybe just didn't have a brain. But it's like, like that's how you tell me, like, it's like, well, what if, like, did you know it was me, or just do it to everybody? Like, how much in a hurry are you? Because you could have slowed down and stuff. And I don't care if, like, she pretends this and that, but it's like, um, look at the spectrum of America, and I don't want to put capitalism on the forefront of it, because capitalism can work, but it's like cheap labor, and look what kind of laborers or workers you get, right? When the guy CEO Jeff Bezos that owns Amazon, he's a multi-billionaire, couple $100 billion, and he has yachts that are worth like 150 million. But look at those workers, how aggravating they are, how they it's like not just she could have caused an accident because I would have stepped on the brake. I would have swerved actually, but imagine they go in the world in the United States and they just pollute people's minds, let alone just are just kind of worthless. No respect whatsoever. It's that cheap labor. And I'm not saying she would have got $20, $25 an hour. Oh, she would have just been happy and great and just wonderful. She would have just been not trying to cause an accident, trying to inflict fear in people. So I think she did that on purpose, just to get me angry. So when I drive home, I'm just aggravated. Including like that Indian guy at the liquor store. If that's your purpose, that's your purpose. But I'm not gonna get angry and start saying the N word and or the C word cracker, or like all you people this and that. I just want to know what's in your mind. Like what do you get out of that? Just to see me angry and that makes you happy? Are you gonna go skipping, hopping? You're gonna, it's like, sundown, but you're gonna think the sun came out just because I got angry. Do you do that to me? Do you do it to other people? It's like, and then, Jeff Bezos, the CEO, or the actual owner of Amazon, because he started that stuff, in like 95, 96, multi-billion-dollar company. I mean, he can't get right kind of employees, and another thing is about Amazon. Like I saw their lettering or the numbers on their van. They were for like a third company. I heard. So some beer distributors do that too, just to put that aside, maybe not have legal issues, or maybe some other devious things that I don't even think about. But I mean, I'm not gonna call the district manager or that because they're gonna put me on hold or write a complaint. Just like I don't even was aggravated. I just was like, I mean, I kind of expected that. It was just so it was her wording like, "Go fuck yourself," and then you were like, "You should be in the parking lot." And I was like, "Well, you should be." I didn't even say anything. I think I said something like, "All right, there, Shanice." I was like, maybe I should have said Shanae. She didn't look back. She just walked, wobbled, her, with her little obese figure away. But it just like, I mean, I understood if someone drives like that, obviously, just angry and hateful person, And, the fact that you work for a multi-billion-dollar company, and let's say, I don't want to use Amazon anymore. Maybe I do, but it's like, uh, there's people that probably work to deliver that stuff, but it's like, it just makes the whole company look bad, including the little tiny boss over there, multi-billionaire, $150 yacht, where he just tries to buy and stuff. Um, yeah, it's just like very creepy. Jeff Bezos always creeped me out. Just people didn't know that he was very thin and like, just very, very like a fragile old man. I don't know if he took steroids, he just started working out, he pumped iron, but pumped iron is a good term. But there's something weird about him too. I mean, the guy just wants to buy, own this and that. And including when I saw his yacht, it showed a video on YouTube. It's like how do you like maybe take off a watch, you forget where you put it, or like you're in one. I have two rooms and I have a deck, but like where did I put this and that? But it's like you have a yacht that has like 14, 15, 16 different rooms. Not that you get lost, but it's like there's probably rooms that you don't even go there. At least once a year, and he has like multiple yachts. Like I mean, it's his thing. You want to have that lifestyle, have at it. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's just, it's like the a possession mentality. It's a different form of greed, especially when you don't compensate your workers properly. And there's people talking about, oh, they have a bathroom in the warehouse, but you have to be so on your feet, especially in the warehouse. And they have a computer where, like, if you actually slow down, like for an hour or two, it just monitors you, and you get maybe maybe not so written up, but I don't know the inner workings. I gotta watch that YouTube video, but you do get like a strike against you. It's like, they calculate your speed, like how you like getting the packages in order. And let's say you have a bad day, let's say you have a fever, or just, you're just tired, you're just slowing it down. You just don't get a couple packages in like a minute or something, as fast. It just marks you up with, I think it's like a yellow button it shows, and then it adds up, and then you're, well, you're slowing down, and it's like, what, do they fire you, or like, I don't know, but it's just like what it is. It's like, that's not, we're not machines. That girl over there, that beast girl, she's not a machine. She's a devious person. Like, honestly, I don't think that would be reprimand her or fix her. There's nothing to fix her. But I'm talking about, like, well, why don't you just, buy machines and just let machines do it? Because, and when I was at Amazon warehouse, they already started doing that. Just like, robots just picking packages up, you know. But it's like, I feel it's like, again, not just the Matrix, but it's like they're using also machines and stuff to just control certain people. Even like her, right? It's like, what is she gonna be, like a robot, running around? I mean, because you didn't put up like 5 or 10 packages as fast enough in a minute or something, or a certain time. It's just ridiculous. It's like how much efficiency or time you need to save. Yeah, I get it. Amazon is really fast. A couple of years ago, I had this joke about UPS, USPS versus Amazon. I said Amazon. Yeah, we delivered it yesterday. It's in your closet. I mean, there's a joke about intrusion of privacy there, but what it really is, just, yeah, they're really fast and they get it to you like 2, 3 days sometimes. Sometimes you get it the same day, but is it really that worth it when people aren't getting compensated and they're getting put down, and it's like, they're just, they want like a typical factory worker with no breaks, nothing whatsoever, and just, being oppressed. That's that little Amazon company, though they are huge and big. They have several warehouses in New Jersey, and they're expanding. I mean, it's the East Coast, New Jersey, New York, even Connecticut. There's a lot of people that want to buy stuff, and for a decent price. And let's be honest, Amazon does have a wide selection. They figured that out, including their website. It does work smoothly. I did have a problem with their Prime, because they charged me like, $8 or something, $7.99 after months of not using it. Or maybe I activated the free fee. I just was like, no, I don't use it, and eventually just took the money. Till like, I'm gonna delete my debit card, because it just, I don't know what it was. I don't have time to write an email or something like that. Well, no one cares in this world. Especially when Shanae over there just tries to, like, frustrate you, make you angry. Because I know she did that on purpose. Yeah, I wasn't quoting. I was like, I don't know how. If I would have stepped on a brake, I would, maybe I would have smashed into her, but I don't know what would have happened. And then she tried to say, "Oh, you were driving fast," and get the fuck out, go fuck yourself. Get out of the parking lot. Yeah, that's your little classless, enterprise there. Really, it's workers like that maybe, there's people talking about everyone. There's people like that deserve minimum wage. I mean, minimum wage. So what? When you go to a place that employs minimum wage employees and just act like that, want to degrade you, insult you, and just make you have a bad day, or just trying to get you really pissed off. You know, I don't care for that.